Hi friends, I'm Jamila, and welcome to the Venus Experiment channel. So today is Saturday, October 13th, and the moon is still in fiery, passionate Sagittarius, and it's giving us that light, that hope, that vision that we need in this dark time that we've been in with lots of Scorpio energy and strong Capricorn, Saturn, Pluto energy. Sagittarius gives us the hope and the vision, sees the light at the end of the tunnel. It's this mutable fire, so we are moving, we are transitioning with this energy. That's what the energy, the quality of immutability is. It's a transitional energy, it's moving. So in this fire period where we're moving our hearts to a new period, we're getting ready for Capricorn moon that's going to hit Saturn and Pluto. And these are going to be those heavy times in the next couple of days. But now we're in Sag, and this is where we envision. This is so important. This is where we envision the future. So this is where we set our sights on where we want to shoot our arrows. That's Sagittarius, the centaur, shooting the arrows. So where do we want to shoot them? This is so important to have this vision today, to look up at the sky. The sun and the moon are both in outward yang signs. Our energy is going out and up, positive. Sun in Libra wants relationships, and the moon in Sag wants vision and truth and God, spirituality. We're looking upwards with that fire in our hearts, that little candle flame going straight up in our hearts. So the moon in Sag is also going to square Neptune today. So you might think these qualities don't work together, but the moon in Sag, the fire is going to go into the ocean. So I think a fire can still go under the ocean as a light. So we all have this big spotlight on our heads, on our hearts, as we go into the ocean. And not that Scorpio, that Pluto, deep, dark transformation. I'm talking Neptune floating on the ocean. Neptune and Sag. Here's my Neptune shirt. Ha! Neptune. We're going to float with Neptune. And the moon in Sag going underwater. We're going to take that vision, that light, into the ocean world of creation. This is where the creation happens. Neptune used to be seen as the illusion, but now we know Neptune is really the reality. Saturn is the illusion, right? And so as we go into the illusion or the reality underwater, this is where we imagine. This is where the dream comes from. We are going into the dream today. So when the moon squares Neptune, we can want to escape, but we're still going into the dream. So we're going into the dream today, so we could be conscious of it and be lucid dreamers as we dream this vision, because we need the strength for this Capricorn moon coming up with Saturn and Pluto. This is the hope. This is the hope we're going to build in our hearts, so we are ready to face the darkness. This is such an exciting time. I know I keep saying that, but this full moon that is coming up, so big, with moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus, it's an awakening, and it's an awakening of this 3D reality that we were in. It's the hills are alive. That I was hearing that song in my head all morning. The hills are alive. And I looked it up. It was in 1965 that movie came out. And that was when there was a very important aspect happening with Uranus aligning with Pluto. And that was the hippie generation that really shifted everything. And when Pluto and Uranus came together, they were in Virgo. So really that song should have been "The Trees Are Alive," because that was the original awakening. The trees were becoming alive. Virgo was becoming alive as Uranus and Pluto joined up in the 60s. And now that the trees were awakened, now we're ready for Uranus to go through Taurus, because we are still in that Uranus-Pluto square, that energy that was created in the 60s with the hippie generation. What they started, we are at a square point of that right now, where Uranus and Pluto are squaring. So everything that they started back then, we are being tested with right now. And we can, and we are, and we will, we are passing this test. But basically, it's just a lot of change. And this Uranus full moon with Uranus there with Taurus is really representative of this big awakening, this big change that we are in, and our bodies. Taurus, the earth. Taurus, the stuff of life. The hills, Taurus, are alive. So everything is becoming alive as Uranus moves through Taurus. And Uranus is going to go back into Aries on November 7th. So this is it. Uranus wanted to be here for this full moon, to be part of this with Venus and everything that's going on. And then it's going to go back into Aries and clear up our spiritual auras, so we can really take this awakening in the body, because our whole bodies are waking up and all the hills are waking up. The hills are alive right now. So wow, that was quite a rant this morning, and I can't wait to see you. And actually, I'm going on the road tomorrow. I'm going to Peru with my tribe, with my beautiful friends, to go on a sacred journey and have some deep scorpionic awakenings. So I'm going to take it on the road. So we'll be on the road tomorrow. See you on the road. Okay, have a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye.